Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I'm here with just a video of me bitching. All right, this is just I'm pissed. I'm tired of it. It's just so irritating as hell. I'm gonna have some pictures on in the background, but this is just me venting a little bit, just getting shit off my chest because I'm tired of their bullshit, man. When it comes to YouTube and what goes on with this, I mean, I've got a small channel, right? I'm not dealing with big name crap or politics, or I deal with board games, solitaire board games. Come on, it's corner of the internet, right? I'm interested, other people are interested. But what really is driving me nuts is the fact that when it comes to protections for YouTubers, when it comes to anything that we're doing, it's almost nil. Right, the amount of changes that they've made are outrageous. They've crushed us. They did that adpocalypse a number of years back. I think it was like 2016 or so when that kicked off, and that was all political, right? So the rest of us who have nothing to do with politics, who don't give a shit, like just leave us the hell alone. Stop. Got caught up in it just as much as everyone else. A lot of advertisers got screwed up and stopped doing that, but on top of that, they are increasing the amount of ads that they put up. Because remember, YouTube back in the day, it was 5-second ads and that was it. Period. 5-second ads. That's all you had to ever deal with. And then they changed to 5-second ads and ads that you could skip. Okay, so you could skip an ad after 5 seconds, but that was it. Stop there. And now we've gone to where it's double ads, and the ads that you 5-second ads are rare now. Yeah, so now it's what, 5-second ads and doubles, and the fact that you can't skip the ones that are up to a link now, and they had tripled it, right? Because it went from 5 seconds to like 14 seconds. But I've noticed that this 14 seconds has been like very slowly extended out, and now it's up to something like 17 or 18 seconds. And I watched one ad where I swear to God, it was counting down. It started at like 14 and it just sat there at 14 for like a minute before it ticked down to 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, and started counting normally. But I was sitting there going, no, that's the longest second in hell. What the hell are they talking about? That's not a second. But they keep just squeezing extra second here, extra second there. Double ads that you can't skip, and for all this extra time. So let's say at minimum 2 15-second ads that you can't skip. So it's 6 times what it was originally, and we don't get paid shit. We don't make. Now I understand I have a tiny channel, but still, if I multiply it out, it's nothing. There's no way people can make a living off of YouTube like they used to back in the day. That's why you see so many people all the time now begging for Patreon or Subscribestar or whatever. You know, I've got, my PayPal on the link. I never mention it. Just leave it there. If someone wants to look, they can look. I do one fundraiser a year where I say, hey, help me maintain the equipment that I need to buy, because I buy light bulbs and all the other good crap that I use for filming. And I'm fine with people can donate if they want to, not if they don't want to. And I leave it at that. But what's driving me nuts is the minuscule crap that we already get, the chunk change that we get from the ads that are now 6 times minimum longer than what they used to be. Others try to steal it from you, okay? I can't stand a thief. Fair use is a very easy concept to understand. Now, some people do try to screw it over. There's been drama over that in the past, but there's nothing that I ever use that is not 100% fair use. It's always modified, not a substitution for the original work. There's a list of laws, but basically you only have to fit one of the criteria, and there's multiple criteria for it. Reviewers are a key concept, right? Especially when it comes to whatever type of media it is. It's hard to review it if you can't show at least snippets of it. Now, you can't show an entire movie and then say it was a good movie and call it a day. Yes, that's blatantly ripping it off. But if you show 20 seconds of a movie and you commentate for a few minutes on that part of it, that is extreme case, perfect example of fair use, right? And that's all I ever do with it. The biggest thing for me comes when it comes to music. I refuse to put any music, and so many YouTubers deal with this crap because there are so many people out there who try to copyright just these large swatches of sounds. That way they can try to copyright everyone, and they just hope to take as much as they can. And this one video, I've had 2 copyright attempts on it, and one that I didn't even notice. I had disputed it way back when, but I didn't notice that they had appealed it back, saying, reaffirming that their copyright claim was fair. And this is what drives me nuts, because it was a video I did, it was a joke video about Dan over at DVG, where I was poking fun at them making games, right? And I don't poke fun at people I don't like. Nothing I said in that was serious. It was just me joking. But it had this guy laughing hilariously in the background. The guy's funnier now, just the way he laughed. And you guys can't see the video anymore because I took it down out of spite, because I didn't want someone else making a profit off of the video that I made, the work that I put into it, because it's been transformed from its original work. I used part of the video, not the whole video, part of the video, and had a lot of text over top of it, like they were having a conversation with each other, because it was a foreign language, and most people don't know foreign languages, so it's geared towards English speakers. Now, if you know Spanish, then you could tell what they were saying, but that's besides the point. It was a joke, right? Like, it was translating them, having the conversation, but that gears it easily towards a transformative work, so they don't have any claim to it. It is 100% fair use. But two groups now have come after me. The Memorelasa Dakelko, whatever the hell it is, and then Pelaros, both came after me. And the thing of it is you can appeal it, right? So they the first one put a copyright claim on it, and I appealed it then, pointing out 100% very clearly why it was fair use. And they came back and reasserted their claim, which I had missed because I didn't pay that much attention to it. So all this time, any revenue the video made, they got all of it, right? It doesn't matter if they claim 3 seconds, smallest piece of your video. If you don't dispute their entire claim and get it taken off, then they get everything. So it's not like if 3% of the video is their work, they get 3% of the profits. They get 100% of the profits. Yeah, it's bullshit. And what's worse is that everything is geared in their favor over the YouTubers. Doesn't matter if I've pointed out in the law, like I quoted the law of why this is fair use and exactly how I met the criteria. They just dispute it. And this right here is the problem. To appeal the dispute, I have to give them all of my personal information. They don't have to give me shit. They don't have to come back and explain anything. They don't have to do any of that crap, but I have to give them my full legal name, my address, my email, my city, country, state, zip code, everything. I have to give them everything about me, right? And what's worse is if I appeal this again and they reassert, I get a strike. And then I have to reappeal again. So there's the first one they do. Then there's the second one where I have to give them all my personal information. And then there's the third one where I get punished, because once you get 3 strikes, your channel's deleted. You're done. So I have to go through all of that, and still they can take me to court. Now, I think they're in Mexico. I'm not 100% sure. But they could file whatever down in Mexico. And then I have to hire a lawyer to defend myself because they have all my personal information. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are, what they're claiming. I don't know shit. But I have to give them all this information for them to attack me. Now, it can be appealed to a point, and supposedly YouTube will check it and see if your appeal is valid, but the strike stands until then. And if they end up ruling your favor, then the strike supposedly comes back. But there's nothing from stopping them from claiming it again after it gets ruled in your favor. And this whole time, the money's either held in escrow or given to them. So you don't get any of the profits of your work. And they can keep doing it over and over and over again. And you see here, the Peleros group, they claimed it as well. You have the option to trim it out, replace song, replace whatever. But a lot of times, if it's transformative, I would have to basically cut the video, right? And I did end up, like I said, unlisting the video. I just took it down. I didn't delete it. I left it up so I can put it up later if I so decide to. But I unlisted it so no one else could see it, so they don't get shit. Purely out of spite, right? Because if I'm not going to get anything out of it, you're sure as hell not going to get anything out of it. And I'm pissed that for whatever couple of years now that it's been up, that first group has been collecting everything off of it. I have this one video that has a royalty-free song at the beginning of it, and it's royalty-free music that I downloaded a long time ago. There's buttloads of it on the internet you can download. Specifically royalty-free. It's no one's music, right? It's 100% legal to download it and upload it in the background of whatever you're using, right? There's some where you can pay to get a license to do this. There's some that's free. There's not as much as free anymore. 5-6 years ago, there was a lot more that was free. But that royalty-free song has attempted to been claimed countless times. And every time I've stood them in the ground and said, no, this is royalty-free music. Got it from here. It is not their song. This is the name of it. They're just claiming it because it has a similar beat. And this is what they'll do. They'll have something that sounds similar. They'll copyright some stupid song, some whatever it is. And then anything that even comes close to sounding like that, they mass copyright it. That's why so many people mute things when they're like background songs or anything. Like you can't listen to anything while you're doing a video because the biggest problem is and has always been music. Video is bad enough, but music, they will target it if it even sounds close. And a lot of YouTubers just don't want to deal with it, right? Because it takes a buttload of paperwork. And again, all of it is designed in their favor, right? They should have to be able to prove that it's theirs and it's not fair use, right? It doesn't matter to me what laws Mexico has or Canada has or the UK has or anything like that. I operate off of US laws, fair use. I've used this fair use here, and I'm well within my legalities as far as what I'm using, right? And if I'm going to have to jump through all this crap, I'm just going to cut it. And it's just getting worse as time goes on. More and more and more. The smallest little bit, and I'd be fine with it, even in, let's say, for example, I use a 10-second clip of a song in a video, right? And it's in my video that's an hour long. Okay, well, you're claiming that's your royalty, whatever that 10-second is, percentage of my video, you can have that percentage of the profits, right? So if it's 0.5% of my video has your stuff in it, yeah, you get that. Call it a day. It would stop a lot of this crap instead of them being able to claim everything. People actually came up with a workaround where you would copyright. There's a way, long story short, you can copyright some type of intro or create some stupid sounding song as an intro or outro to your video. And the reason people were doing that is so they could copyright themselves. So have this third party entity that is themselves. That way, if someone claims their video, they could also claim their own video, so they would get at least half of the profits from it, since now they would have to share with that other entity. It's just ridiculous. I know this doesn't have anything to do with what I usually do. I needed to vent. I know it's not going to change anything, and I know this is just me bitching into the wind, but it gets it off my chest for a little bit. It just drives me nuts that all the hard work that people put in can be stolen by someone else with no rhyme or reason and no protections for us. They don't have to prove anything. They just have to click, claim it, and then you have to jump through all the hoops. And even if, right, that I win, let's say that I end up giving them all my personal information, which I don't want to do, but let's say I do it and YouTube finally gets involved over the appeal and it gets ruled in my favor, there's still no punishment for them. They don't get blocked from making copyright claims for a period of time. They don't get a strike. They don't get anything, right? But it's not worth the risk for me, because if I stand my ground and on the off chance YouTube rules in their favor, I get the strike, and now I'm a third of the way from being deleted for no fault of my own. I mean, I miss the days when people could put a joke in there, right? A snippet of a song, a snippet of a video, and have it be funny or be able to critique it without having to worry about someone blasting their channel into oblivion over it. So many companies do this. I won't get into the long and short of that. There's plenty of people who talk about it, where companies use this as a way to silence criticism, right? If they're critiquing a bad movie or a bad show, bad book, bad song, whatever it is, bad board game, that they'll claim copyright for the material to shut the person down, so they can't make their videos, and then they have to jump through all the hoops. And for a lot of people, that's their income. They can't afford to have their income shut off by someone for no good reason for an extended period of time. All right, well, that's it for me on this one. Like I said, I needed to get it off my chest. Just blast, because God, it drives me friggin' nuts. It's like, just leave it alone. It's fair use. It's 100% fair use. You know it's fair use. I know it's fair use. I know you're just being a thief because you can be a thief, and everything's in their favor, right? I have to be willing to put my family at risk by giving them my personal information and saying, sue me, or just take it down, which I end up having to do, which is just sad. It's just freaking sad. All right, that's it for me. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next one.